Okay, so those people who were able to get in on the pay token by the company tenx, I think you have a winner. And I realized at the end of my last video, I said it may be as good as Veritasium or at least close to it. And I think I'm going to stand by that. Again, maybe a close second place to Veritasium, which is still great, right? And you may say, oh, well, as far as money earned and gained, it actually may beat Veritasium in some respect. But for other reasons, I still think Veritasium might be just a hair better. But it's like comparing, you know, two beautiful gold, ancient coins off a shipwreck. One's, that one looks just a hair better. Dude, you have two ancient shipwreck coins. They're worth $20,000 a piece. What are you talking about, right? So that's where I'm going with this. Both Veritasium in the pay token. So, yes, Veritasium I think is going to do extremely well. I think when it finally gets on an exchange, we're going to see it come to parity, and Cliff has said this too, with Ethereum, and it may even go past Ethereum. It may, because of the frenzy that may ensue because of it finally being released on an exchange and people wanting it so bad, and the fact that you can do so many different things, smart contracts with it or whatever. But that's enough about Veritasium. I want to talk about the pay token. So first, I'm going to read a few things from the frequently asked questions page from their site. When will the pay token be tradable and movable? Because as you know, you can't move it, you can't trade it. The only reason people are trading it on the hitbtc.com website or exchange is because, from what couple people have told me, the exchange bought some, made it through the 4,000 people, they were one of the lucky people, and allowed it to be traded, even though it's an IOU because they can't touch it yet, allowed it to be traded on their exchange. So basically, I guess they put them up for sale to start with, and then people gobbled them up and then sold them to other people on the same exchange, and just price kept rising. So people may have jumped on that, flipped it numerous times because it went up significantly, even though it was all literally an IOU until the day comes when they're released. So it will be movable. We are planning to have our token trade and movable by sometime in August 2017, right? We're in practically July here shortly. July, June, July, August, boom, 1 month after July. That's great. At the moment, we are negotiating with various exchanges to have the token ready on there. On which exchanges will you be trading pay? We are negotiating with all major exchanges. Please stay tuned for a final list. Our major goal is to bring the most value to our contributors. What can I do with pay tokens? You can trade them from August 2017 onwards, or you could hold on to them. Holders of pay tokens will receive a 0.5%. Hang on, sneeze coming. Okay. You can trade them from August 2017 onwards, or you can hold them. Holders of pay tokens will receive a 0.5%, right? So 0.5% of the aggregate payment volume that is spent by all users with the tenx card or credit card, right? The payments to the token holders will be paid in Ethereum or Ether, or the closest equivalent thereof, in case, such as if where ETH is replaced by another cryptocurrency in the future, they'll pay in that one. So that's the main thing, right? So anybody that has these tokens, whoever has the most tokens is going to be the one who gets the most part of that 0.5% fee for someone swiping their card. So you know how you go to a store now, you swipe whether it's a debit card or credit card, you go out to eat, you go out to buy food, you go out to buy stuff, whatever it is. When that merchant swipes your card, they have to pay a little fee, 1.9%, that's usually what it is from what I can tell. 1.9 is like the going percentage rate. So what this is essentially saying is anybody who has pay tokens, you're that middleman guy who gets 1.9%. But in this case, you're not getting 1.9, you're getting 0.5%. But if you have more tokens than a lot of other people, whenever one person swipes their card, you're getting a lot of that fee, so to speak. However, it's going to be divided up into, you know, I don't know how many people with these tokens. You're going to get an absolute sliver, right? You're going to get a teensy weensy tiny little sliver. However, if this starts going where I think it's going to go, and they're absolutely pushing for it to go there, they're making deals with all the credit card companies. The guy, just look at their blog today, they were talking about going, speaking, they're not talking, I think they were already there, speaking at a Visa, Visa MasterCard, Visa Forum event, and they're talking there. They want to be able for you to take a card, their credit card, so to speak. It's not really a credit card. It's simply a debit card, but instead of going to your bank, being attached there, it's attached to your crypto wallets, maybe on their system, possibly. I'm not sure. Maybe you would somehow either give access to your wallet somehow to their site, or you literally, and I think this is how it's probably going to go, honestly. You go on their site, the tenx site, whatever, create an account. Okay, here's your Bitcoin address, here's your Ethereum address, here's this address, here's that address, and you can fund it with several, different cryptos. And that's your bank account, so to speak, except it's in cryptos. So what happens is you swipe the card, you just bought $50 in whatever crap at the store, stuff you didn't need with money you didn't have, except you do have the money because it's in your crypto account, right? You went and bought $50 worth of stuff. You swipe the card just like you would anywhere else. They don't need any kind of special card reader. It works just like your credit card. It works just like your debit card, except it knows we're going to go talk to the tenx portal, tap those coins for $50 worth. Maybe the little instant sell on the market. I'm not sure. Instant sell. Boom. $50 worth. Okay. Transaction complete. Like that. But again, that's your debit card, so to speak, tapping your cryptos in their online wallet, which means you can still have your wallet, your Exodus wallet or whatever, but you may say, oh, my funds in my 10x account are getting a little low. Let me snap off a couple pieces of an Ethereum. Put it over there. Give me a little extra cash, for this weekend. And then you just swipe the card and etc. You're using those cryptos. So this is a very, very good idea. And I know there's another one that's similar, whatever. But I think these guys are running full steam ahead. They are going to steamroll any kind of competition in this field, in my personal opinion. So literally, you can hang on to these tokens and then say, as this platform grows and millions and millions and millions of people ultimately get these cards in their hand, let's say, how many transactions are going to be happening every second of every day with these cards? And I'm thinking you're going to get a little tiny piece of the action just for holding on to these tokens and doing nothing else. This is why I think when Pay goes live on an exchange, like he said they're trying to do in August, again, practically a month away, let's say. Didn't say what date, the 1st of August or the middle of August, didn't say, just said August. I think Pay is going to be an epic, massive win. Just like Veritasium was, just like Ripple was in the beginning. But Ripple even out, like if I were to look at what Ripple does now, and I wouldn't be out here telling you, oh, Ripple looks like a good one because of this and that. Ripple's just doesn't do it for me. The reason we said it was because Cliff's Webbot said it's about to take a jump, a massive leap forward. So people on that note said, I'm going to get into Ripple. Not because I like it or it's a great idea, but because the freaking Webbot said it's about to go up, and it happened to go up massively, and people made a ton of money. And I think that's partially why I didn't get in it, because it's like, well, I know the Webbot said it, but I don't see any massive value in Ripple. It's like this banker coin, the Banksters coin or something. Like, I'll leave that one alone. And of course, boy, if I could turn back time, if I could find a way to get back those Ripple I sold you. I never had any. I never sold any. But again, because I always think like all the time, like, man, I've already flipped, the Veritasium is a huge win. I still got some left. If I could get in Ripple first and flip those and then got into Veritasium, I could have, flipped even more, again, if I could turn back time. And Frank, at work, he's like, man, I I want in. I was like, well, you're on Gemini. You just gotta wait for the approval. So it was just last week. You said it's probably gonna take about 2 weeks. He's like, I know. I want in though. It was just 200 something bucks. I wish I could have got in. Back up to 300. I said, I know. Well, dude, I got the email today, right after lunch. Hey, I got the email. I'm approved. I'm putting the cash in the bank tomorrow. I'm gonna transfer it right away. Excellent. Welcome to the club, my friend. Welcome to the club. Not that club, our club. And so he's ready to go in and try to get on some of this stuff too. And I don't know if I was telling him about this token or not. I can't remember if I saw it before lunch or after lunch. If I heard about it, I don't remember. But of course, I'll be telling him, Frank, which we call each other Richie. Every time we see each other, hey, Richie, what's up, Richie? Every time phone rings, hey, Richie, what's up? What's for lunch? I'm going to tell you why we say that. There used to be this commercial that would come on TV about, racism, not being racist, don't be racist. And it had this like Asian kid, his grandpa worked or ran a convenience store. And this black kid comes in the store and the Chinese or the Asian guys looks at him and the kid's name is Richie. Or excuse me. Yeah, Richie is the Asian kid's name. And the old man looks over sees the black kid coming in and sees his son or whatever he is. Richie. He calls him Richie. And then he speaks in Spanish, Chinese or whatever it is. And the subtitles come across, watch that kid, I don't trust him. Like he's going to steal. So Richie looks over. It's his best buddy from school, Ty. Hey, yo, Ty. Hey, Richie, what up, player? And then it ends like, don't be racist. It's one of those commercials. So we don't know why we stuck with that, but every time we see each other, Richie, I'll see him across the sales floor. Richie. There's nobody else in the building named Richie. Every time we see each other, that's our little call. I just had to say that. But so yeah, I think Pay has the words supernova massive wind, just like Veritasium does as well. Both, if you've got both of those, I'm telling you now, you may not have to do another trade once you do finally sell them. You may not have to do another trade ever again, depending on how many you bought. If you bought a tiny amount, well, you're not going to make that much. But if you bought a few $1,000s worth of stuff, even combined, boy, oh boy, are you probably going to be set when this stuff starts going live. Oh my goodness. Pay and Veritasium. Again, I wish I didn't sell my Veritasium and had a lot more left, but I had to do it for the house. So I'm not real unhappy about it because, again, I see these ICOs coming. There's going to be new ones, and everybody's going to try to get in. It's like, it's just a wonderland for everybody. It's unbelievable. So that's why I'm really happy about Pay. And I wanted to share that with you because when it does go on an exchange, I'm going to say, by chance, if it doesn't do well right off the bat, it's like, oh, hey, it was 0.1 before when it was the IOUs. Hell, it's down to 0.0 something. You may want to get in on that. I think Pay is going to go a little bit nuts. But then again, it may go nuts right off the bat, and then it doesn't matter anyways. You're not getting in. It's too late kind of a thing. But I wish you all the best. I feel like this was throwing you a bone because this is one of the ones I feel like I want to get into this one pretty bad. But I do feel like, with the 100 million ultimately being created, and I know they're only trying to get rid of 80-something thousand in the crowd sale. You're going to be my competition, me trying to get in on this. And let me just tell you something, even though I love you guys. God help you if some of you guys get in and I don't. And I don't have any. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be coming for you. Listen, you better give me a few, though. I'm going to send you a couple ether. Give me some of those damn things. You rat bastards. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But in all seriousness, let's all try to get in this. If you want, I'm not telling you what to do. I am going for this one. And that's it. Let's see where this baby goes. And I'm talking about the insurance one, not Pay. I'm talking about my last video where I said the InsureX token. That one. That's what I'm talking about now. I realized I just flipped scripts on you and you didn't realize it. But if you have Pay, you're going to be great. If you can get Pay for a decent price, get it. You'll be good. But the other token we're watching, which I think is July 11th or so, is Insure X. Looks like a good one. As Gold member said in Austin Powers, that's a keeper. I think so. We shall see.